everyone. My name is Priyanka, and I help you unleash the power of law of attraction and create the life that you want. So today is actually a very, very interesting and very special day for me because I am bringing a very interesting success story to you of law of attraction from Melissa, and I have her with me today on the video as well. And today I just thought, that I always make videos for all of you discussing about my journey, my experience with law of attraction and how I have, changed my life. But I thought it would be amazing to share some interesting stories of people all across the world who have used the law of attraction and created an amazing life for themselves. So I have with me Melissa today, and she is an hypnotherapist, and she specializes in helping lots and lots of people get back to their ideal shape, their ideal size, and also help others with their anxiety issues and depression and any past life regression. That really sounds amazingly interesting, Melissa. So just, to ask you and to start and to get back to you that, can you just start with telling us that how you started this journey of yours, with transforming and your life? I know I have had very small interaction with you, but I know how you have changed your life and how you decided to get onto this life of helping others and how this affected you.
Well, it was a sad story, to be honest. I was depressed, so it started there. And when you're depressed, you're talking negatively to yourself, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And if you don't realize that, then you stay in that state, of course. So there was a moment that I had to snap out of that. And it's now ages ago because I was in my 30s, I think. Yeah, my 30s. And we have 2 children, 2 girls, and I didn't want to get out of the bed. I was so depressed, and every day seemed the same. And something told me, no, Melissa, you need to take care of your children, because the children, my 2 girls, were very, very little, very, very small. So I think one was 2, I think, and the other one was a baby. So. And I didn't have any help. My mom wasn't there and all of that. So it was really hard. But yeah, some voice told me, no, get up. You need to take care of the children. Get dressed and just go and do it. Because at that stage, if you don't have any help, you can imagine you don't need, you hardly have any time for yourself, because you have 2 children. Yeah. And you have 2 children in diapers, right? When they're 2, they're still in diapers, and I have a baby in diapers. So it's like, you don't have time for you. It's only for the children. And so something told me, no, get out. Get them to the park. Even if it's for 50 minutes, do it. And they need to socialize, because I didn't feel like socializing. That's one of the traits, of course, that you have then when you're depressed. You don't want to see anybody. You just want to be alone, right?
Yeah.
So, and I started looking at YouTube videos by Ralph Smart. So if anyone who's listening to this, who has depressive thoughts, I would highly recommend to start listening to him also. He's on YouTube also. He's fantastic. So I started listening to him, and he was saying, like, I am worthy, you are worthy, you are born whole, right? You are complete. You don't need anything outside of you to create your happiness, because it starts with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, yes.
Absolutely. I think that's
that.
Yeah. I think that's where we all go wrong. We start looking for happiness outside ourselves. We feel when a partner comes into our life, or when we have this job, when I'm going to have this house, that's when I'm going to start living, and all those fantasies that we create, that is, everything is outside ourselves. But we forget that it's all within us. All you need to do is go within you and not outside of you. Yeah, that's really true.
That's really true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very visual. So I was watching these YouTube videos, and I came across inner child work. I don't know if you've heard of inner child work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I did that, and remember crying on the ground, realizing that wow, it has nothing to do with you, right? What your parents thought of you or how they treated you, it has nothing to do with you. It's just their vision, their upbringing also, and they did the best
Yeah,
that they could, right? So it's not personal. It's just lessons,
exactly.
experience, and lessons. So I did that, and then I came across a hypnotherapy course that was for free in the first weekend, and I was thinking, wow, that's really cool. Still feeling anxious at that time. I remember that going in the car, feeling anxious, feeling horrible. But I went, and I couldn't be around a lot of people because I was very anxious. And I remember sitting there in this very crowded little place and still feeling anxious. But you know what? You have to go through it because otherwise you won't grow. Because these people have nothing to do. Again, these people have nothing to do with your anxiety. It's all in you, right? You're creating something in your mind that, oh, what would they think of me? And I'm not good enough, and all of that. And it comes from an early age. Somebody, maybe your parents, or somebody, maybe a teacher, just told you that, maybe multiple times, and you start believing that. But
Yeah.
as soon as you start believing that, it creates an emotional reaction in your body, right? Well, you
Yes.
know how it works. Yes. So you need to really try to reframe or try to realize, and it's not easy, of course, to do this, but you have to try to realize that again, it has nothing to do with the other person, how you feel. So I remember coming back from the course and crying in the car and really going like this, praising myself.
That's
Well
amazing. Done.
done. That's what we need to do. Yes,
Yeah.
right? We
Yes, absolutely.
praise ourselves also. Don't forget that, right? For every one of your listeners who is listening,
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can
And
you?
yeah, so I did the training and I started with weight loss. So I help people to lose weight in 5 weeks and get back to their original. Well, we try to drop 2 dress sizes or sizes, but you have to be committed in these 5 weeks, right? Because we're
Mhm.
going into your mindset. We're going to look at your food. What is your relationship with food, right?
Yeah.
Are you sitting in front of the tea eating your food, or are you really being conscious and enjoying your food? What are you eating? Are you
Right.
moving your body,
Yeah.
right? So everything is connected. Your mind, your spirit, everything is connected. Your body. So
Yeah.
you can't treat only one part and be done with it. No, everything is connected. So you need to treat all 3 parts.
That's right.
So I started out with the weight loss, and I also do past life regression. So we go back to your past lives. Very interesting.
Wow, that's really amazing.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, I sometimes wonder what I was in my past life. How was it?
Yeah, yes. We've been
Yeah.
here like so many lives. I mean, it's not your first life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you talk about, like how people affect you negatively by the things that they say to you, that maybe your parents or maybe your friends or maybe your partner or whoever that is, how did you deal with that experience? Like how did you overcome that challenge? How did that affect you? And then what made you overcome that fear? Because it's very often that when we look up to our parents or our partners or our friends, and when they say something to us, it affects us a lot, right? And then somewhere we start believing that yes, maybe we are that way, but which is not true, which you completely mentioned correctly, that it's basically their reflection that they are putting on us. But how did what kind of things were said to you? How did you take it, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, well, I had a regression too. So I went to a regressionist or a hypnotherapist, and she took me back. And the first thing my subconscious mind showed me was my life now, right? Realizing that you're the observer, so you're only observing because you can't change the past. So you're only observing at that time, and then you just see that it has nothing to do with you. It's just the upbringing of your parents, and you have to try to forgive your parents and also forgive yourself. So there's this beautiful prayer, of course. I always forget the full name. It's Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono technique you're talking about?
Exactly. How do you say it? I always
It's Ho'oponopono technique. Yes.
Ho'oponopono technique. Yes.
Yeah. It's a very ancient, powerful law of attraction technique. Yes.
Very simple and very powerful.
Very powerful. Yes.
So that's a really good one to do, because then you force yourself to forgive others and you forgive yourself, right?
Yes. And that's very important.
To do the work.
Yes.
You have to do the work. So you start by waking up. I still do it because nobody's perfect. We all have our bad days, right? We all have triggers, and you start by me. I start by telling myself 3 things that I'm grateful for in the morning as soon as I
wake up. Yeah.
Then you're still very close to your subconscious mind the moment you wake up and the moment before you go to sleep. So whatever you tell yourself in these stages are very powerful. Right? They go directly into your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I would recommend. I always say, like, just start with gratitude because it puts a smile on your face.
Absolutely. Yeah. I always tell all my subscribers and my viewers that if you instantly want to, change your vibration, come to that positivity, think about all the things that you are grateful for right now at this moment. And you would see that your mind, your attention, your entire vibe changes instantly. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. So coming to the second thing, what was that one moment, like that moment in your life when you realize, when that lightning strikes you and you realize that, okay, I have had enough of everyone else in my life. Now it's time for me to stand up and transform my life. Did you have any of those awakening moments, in your spiritual journey?
Yeah, I think it was that moment that I need to really wake up and take my children even every day to the park, right? And I was lucky because when you're depressed, you don't want to go out of the house. So I was lucky that the park was next door.
Right.
There was no excuse, right? I just had to put on my clothes and bring the children. And I also said to my husband at the time, we need to move. It's like my body is still here, but my spirit has already left, right? You know, when you're in a house or in a village, we live in a village, and you know in your spirit that you're not meant to be there because these people, they didn't like foreigners, right? So my children would never fit in. And it has nothing, again, to do with me.
Yeah.
We need to realize that those people, they don't know any better. They don't like foreigners, right?
Yeah.
But that's nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
So I told her, our children would never be accepted in this village. So I don't want to be here, and I don't want to bring my children up in this village because that's a no. And we left. So you take action, right?
Yeah.
You realize that you are not, that you are worthy of more, and you need to take action.
Yeah.
That's all that you need to do. And it's not always easy, but you really, really need to go back, take a step back, and really, really ask yourself, am I happy, and what am I going to do about this? And especially if you have children.
Yeah. That's really nice. Yeah. So when we talk about transformation of ourselves, right? So you have been, even in depression, when we are depressed, we get used to a certain way of living, right? We get used to staying at staying in bed, repeating the same pattern every single day. It's difficult. We all think about taking action, but I think most of the places where people fail is they don't get that motivation, or they don't get that, courage to do that, because it's a huge leap of faith. Leaving your comfort zone, which is depression, becomes a kind of a comfort zone for you. And leaving that and going and doing something completely new, changing your life is comes as a challenge to all of the people. And because I know I have survived depression, I have come out of that, and I couldn't do it till the day I felt like enough was enough. Now I had to do something to change my life. But even when you try to change your life, what were the kind of challenges? Did you feel that you were being pulled back to that old life sometimes? Or how did you keep pace with that motivation to know, no matter what happens, no matter what the circumstances are, I'm going to keep moving forward?
Yeah, I think you need to observe your thoughts then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you are the observer of your thoughts, they won't affect you, because there's only experiences, because we are taught so many things, because there is no good or bad. We are taught that there's good or bad.
Yeah,
but it's only
absolutely.
experiences. Yes, it's only experiences. And if you think of an experience being bad, then it will be bad, because you're already feeding into that thought, in that thought pattern. And if you think it's positive, it will be positive. But if you take a step back and you observe what's going on, you stay neutral, and that's like a real state, and that is your natural state. So it always, for me, I think it's very important to get back to that state, right? Be the observer, take a step back. Sometimes even literally, you're in a crowd and you're like, oh my God, too much noise. I don't know. Just take a step back and you're like, okay.
Yes, completely, yes.
Or just remove yourself. Yeah, so that's really powerful. We should learn these things in school, right? Just observe. I tell my children also, observe, right? Don't let anyone take away your power, because it's not there to take, and you give away your power. It's not them.
Yeah. So that's really, really, really inspiring, and I think everyone who's listening probably would relate to most of the thing, because all of you come back to me with the same kind of questions, and now not only from me, but you're hearing it from Melissa as well, that this is the way you need to change. You need to make that transformation in your life. Now, Melissa, I have one last question, for you. That is, as you're talking about where were you when you were depressed and when you tried to change your life to where you have reached today, right? What is that empire for yourself, or that amazing life for yourself that you have created, and where do you plan to take it from here?
Yeah, I think my spirit is calling me to do more past life regressions, because still a lot of people are they don't know what their purpose is, and that's okay. I mean, especially if you're young, that's fine. But the first step is to go and do what makes you happy.
Yeah,
that's the first step. And if you still don't know what makes you happy, then try things out, right? And a past life regression helps, because you will be shown the lives to help you to understand this life, right? So your subconscious mind will take you back to the lives you have lived, to show you how far you have come in this life, right?
Yeah.
And to show you more of your path and your purpose. And to give you an example, I always wanted to be a dancer in this life, but my parents weren't really they didn't really approve of that, because they thought, well, you need to make more money and all of that. So again, outside influences. So in my past life, I was a dancer, so she lives in me.
Yep.
You see, so I became a teacher, a dance teacher, when I was older, because there's this calling. Everybody has these talents,
calling, yes,
gifts, right? And it's in you. And meditation, so quieting your mind, observing your thoughts, all of that in the morning especially, and to repeat also before you go to sleep. But then you have to go and do this. because otherwise you stay in the same state. So for me, the past life regressions, I think that is so powerful for people now, because people are waking up. I don't know how your channel is, because there are so many spiritual awakening now.
Yes, yes.
And the planet is waking up like this, because everything is coming out.
I know.
We're shifting into a higher consciousness of being, and it's wonderful, because finally we're not being put down by any governments, because we're not going to have that, because we are pure love, pure light, and that's it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the past life regressions will really, it's powerful. It's fantastic.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And how do you live your life right now? What kind of transformation do you see in yourself after so many years of, how do you feel about it? Once you have overcome that depression, that life which you were living earlier, and now this amazing life that you have created for yourself, how do you feel? How do you feel about that journey of yours?
I wouldn't want to change anything, because sometimes people ask you, what would you want to change from your past? But no. So I wouldn't want to change anything. And we keep learning. I keep learning. I was triggered yesterday by somebody. I was like, wow, again, I had to take a step back. So you keep constantly learning, and it's changed to come more to your original authentic self, I think, for me. But still, it's a journey. I mean, we are just here to learn, to observe, and to enjoy.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. Yeah, I know. Even a lot of people ask me this question. Like, what is that one thing which you would like to change if you had an opportunity to go back to the past and or do something differently or change any part of it? Which one it would be? And I always say I'm not going to change any part of it, because whatever had happened had created this version of myself, and I completely love this person. And I'm not going to give up anything in the world for this. So I totally agree with you on that. So Melissa, thank you so much for joining today with me, and I'm sure you would have inspired so many people who all would be listening to you across the world, I hope. And anything that you would like to say to all the people who would be watching you today, tomorrow, and whenever, any message for all of those people in order to change and create the life that they want for themselves?
Close your eyes, listen to your breath, and know that you are loved, protected, and that you're never alone at all times.
Yeah, that's a very beautiful message. That's an amazing message. Thank you so much, Melissa. It was lovely talking to you. And thank you so much for joining today and taking time, and this was my first video and you were my first guest on my interviews. So
well done. Thank you. Very good.
It was a beautiful start. I don't think it could have been any better. And thank you so much for connecting. And I'm sure we will be collaborating more as well in the near future. We would be doing work together and bringing a lot of more success stories for all the people around the world. And everyone who's going to watch it, this is, as I said in the starting of the video, I have always spoken about my success, how I have used the law of attraction, and I have come out of depression, and I have transformed all those beliefs and faith that I am not enough, which I have been told by so many people, but I have still created this amazing life. But I am going to bring you more and more success stories of people across the world, so that you know that it's not only me or you, there are people every single where all over the world who's using it and who is creating the life that they want and they deserve. We all are worthy. We just have to realize that we all are. That's all. So thank you, Melissa. Thank you for joining, and thank you everyone for watching this video. I will be back soon with new one. Have a great day, and I will see you all soon. Thank you, Melissa, again for joining today's video.
Thank you too.
And I will connect with you again soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.